Hi, this is Josh Ryan, and I'm reporting to you live from Valhalla News. Today, I'm going to be interviewing a special family from Bucks Peak, Idaho, the Westover family. Our first question is for Jean. Jean, do you feel like it was just for Tara to sever ties with you?
I don't feel like it was just. I have very mixed feelings about this. See, she has strayed away from her Catholic faith, and she is no longer my daughter. But I do miss her presence as a daughter within my household.
Our second question. Why did you let your family suffer? There was many times where they've sustained serious injuries, but you hadn't let them seek medical help.
I saw it as an act of God. If God wants them to suffer as they did, then they should.
That is our last question for Jean. We'll be going on to the next person. Our next question is for Faye. Faye, did you ever want to study something else other than midwifery?
Well, naturally, I didn't know I had another option. I felt it was my duty to turn to midwifery, and Jean, he encouraged it, and I accepted it.
Our next question. Was there a reason why you let Sean abuse your other children?
Well, I must admit that I always expected Sean would do such things, but I guess I was afraid of how Jean would react if I told him, and also afraid of Sean, as he was 10 times stronger than me. Even when Audrey told me what kept happening to her, I brushed it off. I didn't want to believe it. For my own sake, looking back at it, it was selfish of me. And I should have been there for my children. I was letting them be hurt instead of standing up for them. Instead of telling them that it was okay, that I was going to do something. And that's what I wanted, to tell them what I wanted to do. At one time I wrote to Tara, confessing that I knew about Sean and his actions. I felt so confident over the phone, over the computer. But when she came home and we were in the same room again, I just couldn't bring myself to look up at her. I can't tell you now how much I wish I had.
Okay. Well, that's all for you, Faye. Thank you very much for interviewing with Valhalla News. We'll go on to our next person. This question is for a very special guest, Tara. Tara, how did it feel going to college, not having any formal education, no experience in class, none of that? How did it feel like?
Well, at first it was overwhelming since I was so far behind with basic knowledge that all my other peers seemed so familiar with. I felt lost in a sense. One of the prime examples of this is the first mentioning of the Holocaust in one of my earliest classes at BYU. The concept was so unfamiliar to me. But as time progressed, the concepts became clearer, and I learned that perseverance is the key to a good education.
Our next question. Did any of your family support you while you were in BYU?
Well, that's a complicated question. My father, of course, did not support me at all, and which wasn't unexpected, since he was the one that basically removed me and my whole family from public schooling. However, one of the people in my family that did support my cause was my brother, Tyler. He actually was the first one to openly admit wanting to go towards education for, fun and as a career. He was the one that inspired me to pursue education and supported me through the toughest times in school, along with a few of my closest friends and the only ones capable of understanding the situation that I was in.
Thank you for that very special answer. Our next question will be on to Sean. Our last and final question is to Sean. Sean, do you feel any remorse for the people you put through tough times?
Well, as I said before, the people who are hurt or physically abused technically did it to themselves. If someone pisses me the hell off, I have the right to teach them otherwise. Don't you think?
Security?
What? No, I'll drown you in a toilet like I did Tara! No!
Yell it.
And this is Josh Fire signing
No!
off. And this is Josh Fire signing off from Valhalla News.
I swear to you.